Sounds good. Archstone of the Demon False King. Calmly watching all from the king's tower, a demonic impostor stood as the old King Alant. The true king dwells with an ancient beast. Ooh. Our work is not yet done.
May the heaven Umbasa.
Yes. I
False king. What a twist, huh? Oh yeah, and guess what?
Hark, I hear a voice of yore. The Old One is calling for thee. Let us proceed below to its lair.
No leveling. Leveling is over. Love that. Birds are up there. This thing is massive.
Old One, I have brought thee what thou wishest, thy new demon. Come now, be good.
Scale. The Nexus, that's where we are. I didn't know I could do that.
Let us proceed below to its lair. Let us...
Just walk right inside.
You have been chosen by the Old One. Shalt thou seek everlasting demon souls, or obey that naive monumental? Whatever your choice, you are our first visitor. May you be welcome here. Surely you have seen for yourself the pain and suffering that fills this world. But fight poison with poison. God is merciful, and so created the Old One. The Old One will feed upon our souls and put an end to our tragic realm of existence.
So that's the implication of God. Ironic what the disciples are worshipping, isn't it? This is what's become of King Allant. It's actually kind of a poetic ending. Like, he brought the fog in, and he is holding that sword, by the way. But look at this, it's really just pathetic. This is the final boss. It's like... he has health, but... yeah. This is the fight. I honestly don't know if he can hurt me. Okay, he can. Here's a bit of irony. Get a little poetic justice up in here.
Don't you understand? No one wishes to go on.
The Soul Brat. The soul-rending blade passed down through the Boletaria royal family. It is a black blade that forms a matching set with Demon Brat. After Allant rose to the throne, it was always in the king's hands. Old King Allant favored the blade for the way its power increased the more demonic the wielder's soul became.
Thine work is done. Slayer of demons, go back above. The Nexus shall imprison thee no longer. I shall lull the Old One back to slumber.
Now here I can choose how to end the game. For the good end, I walk through the fog. For the bad end, I kill the maiden in black.
The Old One and I shall slumber interminably. That is the way it must be. Thou mayst go. Be gone to thine world. My thanks. At last, my duty is fulfilled.
We leave the Old One and the maiden to sleep, go back to our world of mediocrity and sin. In a way, the Old One could have been good because it would have wiped out humanity and brought an end to our miserable existence, but perhaps we like to be more optimistic. Let us live on.
The Old One, along with the Maiden, were swept back into the lulling fog. Boletaria was spared from the demons, but also lost its knowledge of soul arts. The souls lost during the pandemonium were never retrieved. And today, the unstable world has another monumental to hold its fabric together. A brave new hero of unprecedented power.
There you go. That was Demon Souls. We have the Vanguard in the background. Gorgeous, that art. What a freaking nightmare. The Phalanx. I'm going to enjoy watching these credits. The Tower Knight. The Penetrator. False King Alant and one of his dragons. The Armor Spider. Flame Lurker. Both dragons red and blue. Oh yeah, the Fool's Idol, I believe. The doll woman. Man-Eater. So perhaps those two dragons included the dragon god in some way? Because we otherwise would have skipped him. The Old Monk. Leechmonger. Dirty Colossus. Garl Vinland, I assume. Guarding Saint or Demon Astraea. The Adjudicator. Old Hero. Storm King. The Old One. And we earned ourselves the Maiden in Black Demon's Soul. And there's the Good King, imprisoned in the mausoleum, or perhaps resurrected there?
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Oh wow, it actually shows the ring I'm wearing.
This is the Nexus.
We know this
It
much.
holds together the northern land of Boletaria. Thou canst not exit the Nexus, but each of the 5 archstones will connect them to another.
Welcome back. New Game Plus time! Of course, I'm not going to concern myself with that. One thing I can show you... Ooh. No, I really can't. Because everyone in the Nexus reset, because it's a new game. Well. So, brief explanation then. It seems that the Old One retreated, the Maiden is gone, the world is back to normal, and presumably we became the new Monumental to hold the world together. The end. However, what if we had killed the Maiden in Black?
The Old One sensed a new and powerful demon by its side. And before long, the world will be engulfed by the deep fog. Bring more souls.
Yeah, that was most unpleasant, wasn't it? But you know what we get for our troubles? Well, let's go to my other game. So I don't have confidence that Yuria is going to be around. Yeah, no. Which actually means that I can't show you the spells I've accrued, because I need to have the characters unlocked to be able to access which spells I ultimately learn.
Are you here to fight it up?
Okay, no, this is good enough. So, one spell I got, I must have learned it. Soul Sucker. You learn that from the Maiden in Black's soul. Sucks the soul out of whomever it touches. And it takes a ludicrous 3 things to remember. The Maiden in Black, who aids the Demon Slayers with their command of soul power, was once one of the oldest, most dangerous demons herself. Hoo hoo hoo. Now, if we had killed the Maiden in Black, then instead of getting her soul, we would have gotten the Beast's soul. It cannot be used to learn anything. However, you know how you can use boss souls to get a bunch of souls for leveling, more than normal? It gives you a ridiculous 200,000 all in one shot. That's what that's for. So nothing really for New Game Plus except for quick leveling. Maiden in Black soul's where it's at in a first time playthrough. Now, as for forging weapons and stuff like that, oh, I've been there. I mean, where do I begin, right? Yeah, I don't need this stuff. So we have Mercury Parrying Dagger. So the Mass Society, we might have gotten this one. Women of the Order have become adept in using it in place of a heavier shield. Fatal Parrying Dagger. Again, discuss the harnessing of souls. I think that might have just been my upgrading of it. But the Baby's Nail. We found that before. That might have just been my basic longsword. Night Sword, Crisp Blade, Rune Sword, Penetrating Sword, Blueblood Sword. A white iron straight sword, born from the soul of the demon maiden Astraea. That's what you get if you use her soul to forge the blade. The sword of true nobility, endowed with the essential power humans are born with, which increases its attack power. Broken Sword. Straight Sword with a Broken Blade. Sharpless is negligible. Bastard Sword. We found the Flamberge. Large Sword of Moonlight we found. Mauryan Blade. A gnarled, thorny, large sword of black quartz, forged from the soul of the demon Storm King. It's actually the marrow of the storm beasts. These beasts take pleasure in the wielder's peril, and in these situations the blade's attack power is greatly increased. Storm Ruler we found. Northern Regalia. This is a big deal. If you have the Soul Brand and Demon Brand, you can actually fuse them to get this. Legacy of the Old Boletaria Kings. The shadow this sword casts is of both the Soul Brand and the Demon Brand. Little is known of its origin even in Boletarian royal family lore, but it is said to have been left in the world along with the old one for malicious purposes. So for starters, let's take a look at those. Cool looking. That's the Blueblood. Mauryan Blade. Oh yeah, it looks like one of the spikes from the Tales of the Storm Beast. Soul Brand. Northern Regalia. Yeah, it's both swords fused together, because each of them is basically half of a sword. That sword's pretty sick. Scimitar, Killage, Shotel, Blind, Large Sword of Searching. A large curved sword made of crystal, with an enormous crescent blade. It was forged from the soul of the demon Old Hero. The rickety blade has become severely weathered due to years of fighting. The Old Hero is also called the Searcher of Storms, and its soul brings its wielder good fortune in obtaining more items. Uchigatana. Hiltless. I believe we found that. Hiltless. Magic Sword Makoto. Yeah. Sure enough, it's the old hero's sword, and it's gigantic. Next. Estoc, I don't know if we found those in our playthrough. A large rapier. So, there. Jerry Stiletto. Epee rapier. Needle of Eternal Agony. A large curved needle with barbed stingers. This weapon was forged from the soul of the demon Man-Eater. It stabs his target, hooks into the flesh, and slowly grinds away at the soul. Could it symbolize the relationship between the host and snake within the Man-Eater? So, Guillotine Axe. This was, oh yeah, that was Executioner Meralda's. Dozer Axe, a tremendously heavy, bladeless large axe. This weapon was forged from the soul of the demon Vanguard, the tutorial demon. A single swing of this axe would crush a human. Great axe. Yeah, it's just big. Versatile as an axe, but too heavy for one of ordinary strength. It can use its weight to knock enemies back.
Here.
You might have seen that one already. That is a sick weapon. Basically a rapier. Dozer Axe. Damn. Yeah. Alright, what else do we have? Mace, Morningstar, Tearing Pickaxe. No, it's just a pickaxe. I just upgraded it in such a way. You get an achievement if you upgrade a certain kind of stone, like to the max. Meat Cleaver. A large cleaver forged from the soul of the Adjudicator. It is the Adjudicator's own weapon and transforms cinders into delicious-looking cuts of meat. It also steals a small amount of HP from its target when attacking, reflecting the original soul's avaricious nature. The Brammed. Iron Knuckles, Claws, Hands of God. Spear. Scraping Spear. A long spear with countless thorns on the tip. It was forged from the soul of the demon Phalanx. It scrapes away an opponent's equipment and lowers its durability. Starel, Halberd, Mirden Hammer, War Scythe. Yeah, just a scythe. Pole weapons can mow down a pole weapon used for slash attacks. Phosphorescent pole. Short but lava bow. Limbs like a spider's leg. It was forged from the soul of the demon Armor Spider. It imbues all arrows fired with fire attributes. It's actually really good. Gargoyle Crossbow, favored by Latria Stone Gargoyles. So, we have the Meat Cleaver. Sheesh. That's heavy. We have the Scraping Spear. Ooh, see that twist? Ugh. Lava Bow. Cool looking, little spiky. So that was cool. Oh, Estrava's here. I guess I saved them. Oh, that's right. I think I was doing this playthrough specifically for Estrava's Pure Clearstone. Because of my first playthrough, yeah, he did not last. That sucked. What else do we have? Catalyst, Silver Catalyst, Insanity Catalyst. Wrapped in golden cloth, forged in the soul of the demon Old Monk. It causes insanity in the wielder and drastically increases the strength of spells, but halves the wielder's maximum MP. If you have no dreams of the future, you may want to place your trust in the power of the golden garb. Shield. I don't know if there's anything special with the shields. Yeah, nope. Arrows. Well, we have interesting equipment. Venerable Sage's hood. I mean, you've seen most of this stuff. Binded hood, it's Meralda's. A pointed hood which covers the entire head. Made of leather and scraps of cloth. The leather straps are wrapped around the neck. They are worn by executioners, especially Meralda, who is known for her lunacy and beautiful voice. Huh. Yeah, nothing really going on here. Yeah, just more of the same. Hats or rings. Great strength, Herculean strength, regenerator, fragrant warrior. Magical sharpness, did we get that? I think we did. Yeah, more magic attack power, less magic defense. Magical dullness. Decreases attack power, increases defense. Magical nature, we've seen that. Sincere prayer, devout prayer, clever cat, dull rat. Ronan's ring. A ring made of straw rope reduces wear on weapons. From a faraway land known for its swordsmithing, said to be imbued with a distinct spell. Master's ring. Made of straw rope. Damage from direct hits increases, while damage from all other attacks decreases. I think we might have found that. Cling ring. We found that. Friend's ring. This is what the Monumental gives you if you have pure white character tendency. A mysterious blue ring given by the Monumental increases attack powers as a phantom. This mysterious ring supports camaraderie with others, since its bearer aids warriors in other worlds and is aided by them. This was the wish of the last Monumental. The Foe's ring makes a matching set. Yeah, so if you're helping other people out in their multiplayer matches against bosses or something, you'll do better. But then we have the Foe's ring. Raises attack power as a black phantom, so it pumps you up if you're going against other players. Particularly great if you get summoned by the old monk. Mysterious red-black ring from Mephistopheles. It supports treachery against others, since its bearer raids warriors in other worlds and devours their souls. Makes a matching set with Friend's ring. Grave Robber, Cat, Accursed, Avarice. Did I get this? A luxurious gold ring fitted with a large jewel allows his wearer to obtain more souls when slaying enemies, once a symbol of wealth and debauchery. That does it. That does it. I don't have the old monk's robe turban thing. I never did get that because I didn't do online. But yeah. Got it. I have managed to platinum Demon Souls. So, there we go. That was Demon Souls. Really cool experience. Really, really cool experience. Well, we've done it. We have beaten Demon Souls. This game was a blast, and it was a great opportunity for me to go back and play it again, because I've definitely wanted to re-explore the game. Especially after I've played Dark Souls. I've done that last one off camera. I definitely want to let's play that in the future, but it's really cool to see where this the whole Souls series came from. I mentioned in the very beginning of the Let's Play that this didn't originate with Demon Souls. It started with games like Kingsfield on the PS1, also games I'd like to explore in the future, but Demon Souls started the Souls series as we know it. Definitely a great experience, and if you happen to have seen my Dread Out Keepers of the Dark DLC playthrough, you could see how that game was inspired by Demon Souls as well. It's really cool. It has a hub world, you go into various areas, you fight the demons. Now, the story is very minimalistic. Most of what you get, you have to actively seek yourself, usually in description from equipment. You get very little from the NPCs. This is a game that has about as much story as you wish to have. You can range from anywhere from next to nothing, other than the one obligatory monumental speech, or as much as you can get your hands on if you know where to look. And that's the catch. The loading screens are mostly people whom you never have to encounter, because they're either in pure white tendency, and their black phantoms are in pure black, or you have somebody like King Doran, who is locked away and a sort of secret encounter, and Yurt, who, while not secret, is still entirely optional. So, it is a little weird. I guess I can appreciate that the loading screens give you the impetus to explore the game more, but it can leave things to be confusing for people who don't. Also, one of the game's weaknesses, I would say, is the ability to cheese almost every single boss in the game. It is crazy how devastating a bow and arrow can be, and there are some bosses where I don't know how to beat them without cheesing them with a bow and arrow, like the 2 dragons. Speaking of which, man, some of those things especially the Blue Dragon, can be so tedious. I think there is a better way to get to the Blue Dragon. You can get right up to him if you could dodge his Flame Breath, but I've never been able to do that successfully, so I just have the long and extremely painful solution. That said, the bosses themselves really are creative in their design, and it's cool to see how some of them can even tie into the lore, like the Red and Blue Dragon or the Dirty Colossus in the Valley of Defilement, to say nothing of Maiden Astraea herself. The game definitely has some interesting concepts, although it is very dark, very bleak, and arguably quite cynical, especially regarding the subject of religion. That said, the game, you can see how it could potentially be improved, even if it's the only game you've seen of its kind, but as you see going down the Souls series, there are little gameplay tweaks and level improvements that happen each time, so you'll sort of see the series evolve, even if only from a gameplay perspective. Definitely a lot of fun in that regard. Also, one last time, I'll keep saying it, I do apologize for exploiting the item duplication glitch regarding helping me level up later in the game and level up my weapons earlier. Now, I did make excuses a few installments in a row where I first mentioned the glitch, then the next installment I said, okay, seriously, let me explain myself. I do want to express that that was not in response to anything, that was sort of my own guilt about it. I recorded the entire Let's Play before I even started uploading it, so I wasn't responding to viewer backlash or anything. It didn't exist at that point. And in fact, it still didn't. Even when I started uploading it, I actually got pretty positive feedback, like, oh yeah, we understand, so thank you very much for that. I actually kind of didn't think it would go in that direction. My only real justification was, I'm leveling up off camera, or I'm leveling up off camera, one way or another, so whatever I do, you'll just find that it's already happened by the time I come back. But still, it feels a little cheap because it is. Well, good news for you. Dark Souls doesn't allow that, so whenever I get the Dark Souls, I'll have to play the game entirely legitimately. Shock of shocks, horror of horrors. So thank you all for watching this game. This was a lot of fun to play, and I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed playing it. In addition, special thanks go out to MeGamer and Dracologist for their title cards they provided. So thank you for those, and thank you all once again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see what we get into next. Until next time, everyone.